So yeah, I will just give my introduction. Then after I will give you an opportunity. Okay, this is the DevOps mock interview day 50. So whoever joining, like whoever watching this video on YouTube, please like this video. So the like target will be 40 likes. If I get 40 likes, and definitely we will going to continue the mock interview. This is the 50th mock interview. So I hope we will going to complete 100 as well. So for that we need a like just a motivation from you, so that if you like this video, right, we will continue these mocks. And whoever looking for DevOps real-time training, yeah, definitely you can ping me in WhatsApp. You can able to see the mobile number right here. So you can ping me on WhatsApp and you can enroll for live classes daily in the morning Indian time. Classes is going to happen. So yeah, Sunil, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Sunil Chikalwadi, a software engineer with a 5 years of experience in the industry. My expertise spans several critical areas of a modern software development and operations. I am a proficient in a version control using Git and have a hands-on experience with the continuous integration through a Jenkins. In terms of a configuration management, I utilize Ansible, and my skills also include containerization with a Docker and orchestration tools like Kubernetes, enabling efficient deployment and scaling of applications. For monitoring, I rely on a Grafana to system performance. Additionally, I leverage infrastructure as a code like a Terraform. Yeah, this is all about me.
Okay, can you please explain about your project? What is the project you are working on? So what you have done in your project?
Yes, yes. Uh, in our project, that is a microservice architecture project. So we use a Git for a version control to manage the source code for our microservice architecture. Anytime a developer pushes changes, it triggers the entire CI/CD pipeline as like a Jenkins. It acts as a core continuous integration. As soon as the code is committed, Jenkins pulls the latest changes and it runs and it tests. Okay, and uses a SonarQube for a static code analysis to catch any potential issues early on. Since our architecture rely on our microservices, each service is built and deployed independently. It allowing a flexibility and easier scaling. After the code is tested and we analyze, we integrated Trivy into the pipeline to scan the Docker images for vulnerabilities. Once the Docker image is cleared, Jenkins builds the Docker images for the each microservice is pushes into the container registry. From there, Kubernetes task over the container orchestration, ensuring each microservices is deployed and scaled within the cluster according to the demand. We can use Argo CD to streamline the deployment process with a GitOps approach to continuous delivery. It monitors the Git repository and automatically sync and changes to the Kubernetes cluster, ensuring that our deployment are always up to the date. And to manage the infrastructure supporting this setup, we rely heavily on a Terraform. Whatever it's setting up Jenkins, deploying a SonarQube or managing Kubernetes cluster, Terraform helps us provisioning and manage resource effectively. This approach ensures our infrastructure remain consistently scalable and suitable for our microservice architecture. Yeah.
Sunil, like your introduction was perfect. I know project you need to practice more. You need to explain in real manner. So it is good, but if you practice more, right, it will automatically become as a realistic.
Okay, sir.
Super. Your
Thank you.
introduction was great. And project as well. So if
Thank
you
you.
continue the same thing, right, definitely you will easy like the explanation, whatever it may be, the project explanation and all.
Yeah.
It was okay, 50%, remaining
Yeah.
50% still you need to improve.
Okay.
Yeah, hi Rani, can you please introduce yourself? Don't reveal about your genuine information.
Sure. Currently, I'm working as a Currently, I'm working as a cloud and DevOps engineer, having 3 years of experience in this domain, and I have knowledge of different DevOps tools and technologies such as Git and GitHub as a version control system, Jenkins as a CI/CD tool to automate the software development process and streamlining its different stages. Along with that, I have Dockerized applications using Docker, and also I have used Kubernetes clusters provided by different cloud providers such as EKS and GKE. Along with that, I have worked with Terraform to automate the creation of infrastructure, and additionally, I have professional knowledge and experience in cloud technologies uh, in AWS services like EC2, VPC, Elastic Load Balancer, and Lambda. And I have also integrated applications performance to monitor and logging its performance through Prometheus and Grafana. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Super, super. So yeah, whatever you have delivered, it's perfect. You on practice, right? You will become little bit more confident. Okay, that's it. I
Yeah,
don't have
sure.
any feedback. Everything is perfect. Yeah,
Sure.
just little bit confidence. It will only improve when you practice. If you deliver the same introduction part multiple times in front of mirror or whatever it may be, on practice, right? Automatically the fluency, the confidence automatically build. Remaining
Yes, sir.
all are good. So let's give a chance to Aniseti. Aniseti, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Aniseti Venkatesh. I'm a DevOps engineer. I have 5 years of experience. I have good knowledge in DevOps culture, Git, Jenkins, Maven, SonarCube, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. We create pipelines, continuous integration, and deployment. We providing security permissions with SonarCube and integrated with configuration management using Ansible. I write playbook. I work with Docker containerization, and we create a Docker file. I work with good experience in Kubernetes orchestrating for scaling applications. I work with Terraform infrastructure, demonstrate through additional and shell script experience to automate tasks and Prometheus and Grafana monitoring and visualization. My background equips me to drive efficient, reliable DevOps practice in any dynamic environment. That's it from my side.
So yeah, you started with good, but you are slowly, so you are just eating some words. S- So started with
Okay.
good pitch, but ended with, so slowly, like whenever you are giving the introduction, right? For the first 30% it's good, but remaining 70%, right? Slowly there are some missing. Like if you see monitoring Prometheus Grafana, you said. So there is no see, like there is no, like for suppose for monitoring I'm using Prometheus and Grafana. This is totally different, but you are telling monitoring Prometheus Grafana, right? There is
Okay.
no
Okay.
alignment
Understand.
of your words.
Yes.
That's it. Everything is perfect. Your communication is good. Whatever you are telling, it's good. But the wording alignment, right? If you change that, definitely just see like how Sunil is performing. I will just update this recording, right? Just go through it. Take some
Sure.
points
Sure.
from Sunil. Take some points from some other guy. Okay.
Okay.
Accordingly, you can fit your introduction. Then, depending upon it, I will give the feedback.
Okay.
I will share my screen. Let's start the mock interview. So how do you configure Ansible to manage large inventories effectively? Nothing but have hell lot of servers. So I need to maintain that servers in the inventory files. So at that time, how do you configure Ansible to manage large inventories efficiently? there will be a group wars, host wars, right? We can utilize that. Depending upon that, we can able to schedule the tasks. What is the difference between include task and import tasks? Sorry, include and import.
Sir, in Ansible include and import task, which is a similar purpose, but they have a different this one, differences.
Yes, yes, you are right.
Include task is like a which is a playbook at a runtime, and we can evaluate variable and expression in the include files. We can allow dynamic inclusion based on the conditions also. So import task is a playbook at part time before runtime. It does not evaluate variable on expression in the import files. For example, import a task slash install.ym.
Okay. So how do you ensure that task is only run once on a host if the playbook run multiple times? I want to run the task only on one server, even if the playbook run multiple times. How would you set environmental variable in Ansible? What is the purpose of delegate to keyword in Ansible? How do you handle task execution? Like nothing but if you executed a task, so if it is failed, so how you will handle that? So whenever you execute any playbook, if you get a failure, how you will handle? That's what the question. How do you handle task execution failure in Ansible?
So we can handle the ignore errors and
Definitely.
retry mechanism. We can use a blocks
Super.
reuse or always. We can conditions like a when statement and civil fault tolerance. Like,
Yeah, we can use verbose as well whenever we
yeah.
get a fail. How do you add a delay between tasks in Ansible? Like for suppose if I'm running the task, it should wait at least 30 minutes or like nothing but 30 seconds or 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, it will go to next task. So like that, even in our project, right, in real, we have automated Ansible. So for particular task, right, it will take some time. Like for suppose to execute the total, to complete the execution, it might take 30 minutes. At a time, what we used to do, we used to use this concept. So we used to wait the task for 30 minutes. Then after the playbook will be executed.
We can use pause module there. We
Yes,
can define
you are right.
time there, number of
Yes,
seconds, how much you
yes,
can delay.
yes, yes, you are right.
Can you sleep command also?
How do you store the result of a command in a variable in Ansible? You can Google it, utilize the Google. How do you store the result of a command in a variable in Ansible?
Uh, Sir, we can register a keyword, set fact model,
Super.
command model.
Right. Yes, you are right. How do you skip a task for certain hosts in Ansible? We can use when conditions, right? If it is matched, then only run
Sir,
this task.
we write any set comment.
Yes. Come again.
We write set comment.
Okay.
Skip the task.
We can only run on a particular group of
Yes.
hosts.
Yes.
So we can use a when conditions or Ansible distribution equal to Ubuntu,
Yes.
for
Yes.
example.
Yes.
So we
You are
can
right.
use a skip tag also. Uh, yeah.
Yes. Almost right. So how do you perform a task only if your file exists? Nothing but before executing something, you need to check whether that file is present or not. Then only you need to create a file.
So we can perform a task use a start module and file module also and file modules.
Yes,
So
right.
for example, we can run the start module slash path slash two and file exits or not.
Yeah, right. You are right. We can use file model to check whether that file is available or not.
Exit. Yes.
Depending on it, we can create. Right. So this is the real-time questions. Remaining five are total complex questions. So how would you orchestrate a zero downtime deployment for a web application using Ansible on a cluster of servers behind a load balancer? How would you implement configuration drift detection and automatic correction in a large infrastructure using Ansible? So how do you manage Ansible deployment in multiple environment, dev, stage, prod, with shared and environment specific configuration?
Yeah, we write some file to add example development, staging, and production.
You write a file. I didn't get exactly.
We can create some VMI file name. We just add some development, staging, production. We can manage that multiple environment setup.
By file, how you will manage? I didn't get. My question was how you will manage Ansible deployment in multiple environment. You are telling you will write a file. I didn't get exact point.
Okay.
So what file you will
So we
write?
can uh, sir in multi environment setup dev stage prod we can use a network settings also. So in that shared configuration and environment specific configuration and inventory files we can use playbooks also.
Okay, but there are multiple environment, right? At a time, how you will manage playbook?
We can
We can use the concept of roles, right? We can create roles for environment
yes,
specific.
yes. We can use variable conditions also.
Yes. How would you handle sensitive information in playbooks, ensuring both security and ease of use in CI/CD pipelines? What are the passwords or API keys? That too in playbook, how you will maintain that?
We can use environment variables for that.
Yeah, definitely, you are right. We can use variables, or we can use vault. You need to run different playbooks based on the type of host. Example for database server or web server. Okay, like how would you implement this in Ansible? Nothing but there are different playbook for different host. Sorry, different playbook on the type of host.
No sir.
So we can use host words, right? Host specific variables you can define. So only that particular host, the only that variables will be applied. Like that you can able to maintain. Shall we check the answers?
Yes.
So how do you configure Ansible to manage large inventories efficiently? So use dynamic inventory scripts for large scale environment, like also group host into logical categories using host groups, right? There will be group vars, host vars, if you remember. Like that you can maintain. Difference between include task and import task. Include tasks is dynamic and will be included during runtime, and while import tasks is static and gets included during playbook parsing. So include is an dynamic and import is an static. So during runtime you can call this and gets included during playbook parsing. So let me Google it. There is no issue, right, in searching include tasks versus, sorry, include tasks versus import tasks. And so what is the difference between include task and import task? So getting this means the import tasks are evaluated once at the beginning of the playbook, while include tasks are evaluated each time they are encountered. Import is static, include is dynamic. So import is static, include is dynamic. For my experience, you should use import when you deal with logical units. For example, separate long list of tasks into subtasks. Import task. But you would use include to deal with different workflows and take decisions based on some dynamic gathered facts. Include task, prerequisites, Ansible OS underscore formulae. So if it is a straightforward file, right, you can use import task. But if you want to add some variables and all, during that situations, you can use include task. So if you see, he has added some where he is calling some variables. For complex related, for dynamic related, right, you can use include. Import is for static. So if you say I'm directly calling the file name. Simple, for simple related, you can use import. Import and include both are same. For complex, you can use include. For simple, you can use import. But I will prefer include itself. Use include itself. Skip the import part. As this is both are same. As even if it is complex, right? Include will help us. So in the place of import, you can use include directly. Let us see another example as well, so that we might get some clarity. So Medium website, he might show some examples. So include statements are processed as they are encoded during the execution of playbook. Import pre-processed at the time playbook are parsed up before the execution of the playbook. Quick demo. Name, host all, remote user DevOps. Okay, become tasks name. Message hello. This is example. Okay, include tasks. User creation.yml. So this is the example to import tasks user creation.yml. So make available users, manage nodes, username, state present, loop, So user creation.yml. He's just creating an image. He is creating a two users. Okay. So that is what he is calling us creation.yml. This file is calling using import task and include task. Getting? He has written a simple playbook and he is calling inside one playbook. He is calling another playbook. User creation. Include task. It will call another playbook. Same thing. Import task is also calling right YAML file. Nothing but in the using one playbook you are running another playbook. What is the content inside this user creation.yml? This is the content. Simply is creating two users. Okay, first run example one a playbook and see the output. Okay, Ansible playbook example one include tasks. Okay, so this is the playbook. Okay, print message. Yes, hello. This is example. Include task. So it will create the user. Here we can see four tasks got executed. Gathering facts, printing message, including task file, execution on task inside included file. Okay. If you think deeply, you can identify task 4 trigger from tasks 3. Task 3 include another task file and task 4 is included the task in that file. That is the reason for having 4 execution tasks in the above run. If you need fresh execution, delete both users in manage nodes before running the second playbook. So delete the user, run. So I will open this image in new tab. Example 2, print message, make available user, changed. So playbook example 1. So just observe playbook example 2. Gathering facts. Okay, okay. Print message same, print message same. Make available users in manage nodes, including a task from a file included. Okay, now let's see what is the next. So right here you can see only three tasks got executed. In here the imported task file task name directly executed as a third task here. Point is import task feature directly grabs the importing file content. So execute both playbooks again with increasing verbosity. Okay. If you look at both outputs, you can identify the special output in the second playbook. It says statically imported. Okay, statically imported. So, but you can see such output in the first playbook execution. Oh yeah, cannot see. So this means import task is importing its tasks file at the very beginning of the playbook, but include it task file when the statement execution happen. So import is static operation, include is dynamic operation. Another quick command to show which task executed for each playbook. List tasks. Okay. Message since import task cannot be pre-processed due to loop iteration or inside the main playbook where an actual task. So let us see one last example. Okay, example 3. So include task loop Peter John. Okay, import task user creation loop Peter John. Okay, so user name item state present. Okay, so rather than giving loop in this playbook, he is directly giving in the main playbook. Okay, so here you can see under including there are two iterations. Okay, include two iterations. So the reason is there are two items in the loop and each iteration Ansible includes its attached file and gets the module executed. You cannot use loops on import task statement. You should use include task instead. Error appears to be in. So but here you got an error message since import task cannot be pre-processed due to loop iteration or inside the main playbook or execute task or in attached file. So now you got it by this example. Include task can able to run multiple times. Import task able to run only one time. That is the main difference. Both are same. Okay, iteration able to work. If you want to execute the same thing multiple times, right? You can use include. Okay, import only works one time. Now if you see this example, now write this, not this. Yeah, this means the import tasks are evaluated once at the beginning of the playbook, while include tasks are evaluated each time they are encountered. Now you got it? The clarity? For the first
Yes.
time, if I show you right, definitely you will get confused. But right now, by seeing the real life example, we have used a loop concept. If you see, he has included two times. He has for two users because if you see loop Peter. So it will run the task and it will create a Peter user. Then after it will run the same playbook and you create a John user. Okay, but import task it will fail. Okay, it will fail. Import task fail. Include task it will success. This is import. This is the include. In the include it will success. For import it will fail. Okay, this is what actual your playbook. Okay, I will done. Shall I share you in the chat?
Yes, yes.
So is it boring? No, right? Or helpful?
No, no, it's helpful, sir.
Okay. Shall we continue to next question?
Yes.
So how do you ensure that a task is only run once on a host even if the playbook is run multiple times? So example use creates with task like command or shell. If the file exists, the task will be skipped. Okay. Command argument. So use creates with task like command or shell. If file exists, the task will be skipped. Nothing but it will go and check the file. If the file was already present, it will not create that file. So run command if file does not exist. Okay, this command will be executed if whatever the file path you have given, right? If it is already exists, it will not create. So how do you ensure a task is only run once on a host, even if the playbook can run multiple times? So if the condition meets, then only it will create. How would you set environmental variable? Yeah, this is the example environment. You can give the key and value. Okay, like this you can call the environment. So what is delegate to? Only with that particular task if you want to run on a particular host, you can use delegate to. So delegate to allows you to run a task on a different host, that one specific in the play, right? Only this task you want to run on separate server. You can use this delegate to, and you can give the host name. How do you handle task execution failure in Ansible? So ignore errors, yes, or you can pause that using seconds. Sorry, this is separate question, right? It's my use ignore error sets to allow playbook to continue even if the task fails. Additionally, you can define failed when. How do you add a delay? Okay, pause seconds. How do you store the result of a command in a variable in Ansible? You can use register. Like whatever you said, right? You are right. You can call that using debug. How do you skip a task for certain hosts in Ansible? So use when. Okay, when Ansible is a family is Debian. So whatever you said that you are right. How do you perform a task only if a file exists? Okay. So answer use the stat module to check. Then use when condition to perform the task based on the result. Okay, when file exists, check if file exists in the path, register file exists. Okay, command echo file when file exist dot exist. So you can register with this name. Okay, then you can when you can call this condition. So if the file was already exist, it will not create. How would you orchestrate a zero downtime deployment for a web application using Ansible on a cluster of servers behind a load balancer? So host, you can give. So you would achieve a zero downtime deployment by following blue-green deployment or rolling update strategy using Ansible serial, notify and delegate to keywords. Here are the basic flow. Remove the target server from the load balancer. Deploy the new version of the application to the target server. Verify the deployment. Add the target server back to the load balancer. Okay. First you need to remove the traffic of that particular server from the load balancer. Then after you can deploy the latest software using Ansible playbook. Then after you can verify the deployment, and then after again add that particular server to load balancer again so that it will get the traffic. So host task delegate to deploy the application. Okay, add back to the load balancer. So it is just added some logics. This playbook ensures that only one server is updated at a time and it validates that services. Okay, so one by one it will execute these particular tasks. How would you implement configuration drift detection and automatic correction in a large infrastructure using Ansible? You can implement configuration drift detection by using Ansible check mode to simulate the execution of a playbook without making changes. Combine this with a cron job and execute Ansible tower to detect changes periodically. Host all tasks. Command Ansible playbook minus check register. Okay, when drift check dot changed. So how would you implement configuration drift detection and automatic correction in the large infrastructure using Ansible playbook? So here what he is doing is just detecting the configuration using a YAML file. So if there is any changes applied here using this register variable, it is storing the output, and if it is changed, then only he is executing this particular modification of this playbook depending upon the condition. Okay, he is registering the output, whatever you got the output. If there is some change in this output, then only he will execute the changes via playbook. So minus check mode runs the playbook without making any changes. Okay, minus check mode, you will not directly execute the playbook, you will just check if any drift is detected. The playbook will be rerun in a normal mode to correct the drift. This can be automated via Ansible tower or cron job. Okay, if you want to automate, you can use Ansible tower, or we can run this as a cron job. How do, like in our company, right, they are using cron job. They are scheduling the playbook execution at a particular time. Okay, via cron job, cron tab minus e, right, in Linux. There you can give the call, and there you can call the cron syntaxes. So how do you manage Ansible deployment in multi-environment setup? You can use the group vars, host vars, inventory, okay, environment specific configuration, right? You can use the roles, right? Inventory for development, for staging, for production, okay? You can create the host group vars, like you can maintain the roles, you can call that roles. How would you handle sensitive information? Like you can create the vault. So you need to run different playbooks based on the type of host, database server, web server. So you can use the host vars or group vars directories. I told you, right? So you know the include and import difference. Add directories to assign variables or host, and then use include task or import task dynamic. Include the appropriate playbook based on the host types. Right? Yeah, that's it for this mock interview. If you have something, definitely you can ask. So I need to save this. This is the mock day 50. Yeah, whoever watching this video, if you are looking for training, right, definitely you can ping me on WhatsApp. And please like this video. We will going to discuss more real-time concepts in upcoming interviews. I will going to stop the recording. Do you have anything, Rani? The session will be recorded. If you want, if you have any personals, definitely after stopping the recording you can ask. But if you have any doubts, you might forget, then ask right away. It will be recorded, right? You can check later, even if you forget. Okay. Silence. There is no doubt. I will stop the recording.